Right, hi guys. Right, so we have just been over the basics of opening up or accessing the advanced editor menu and a quick rundown of what the events look like and what they do. We currently have one event set up. So what I'm going to show you now is a basic teleport. And this is the easiest way to do a single teleport. So what I will do is place down, if I go to my build menu and up to the right hand side here, I will find my interactive tab and trigger. So it doesn't mean it's a trigger on a gun. It's literally a physical object that when activated starts one of these events. So I will go to the edit menu on my trigger and we will see it has an enter function or an exit function, which basically says when I enter this trigger, one thing will happen, and when I exit the trigger, another thing will happen. We haven't yet created any events to say what we want to happen yet, so nothing's going to show there, but I will show you how to do that in just a second. The course ID, won't worry about that just now. I'll go on to that a bit later in another vid. The field ID allows you to dictate which trigger. So if I had multiple triggers and I wanted them to be operational at different points of the game, I can activate and deactivate these by stating which, where is it gone? Just by stating which field ID I need to be active or deactivate, disactivate, not working, working and not working. Yeah, that'll do. Right, so to allow me to do that, again, you would have to create an event here. We'd add a new event to say enable or disable these fields. So whether it be field 1 or I can call this one field number 2. So as you see that change, I'll click on that, field 1, click on that one, field 2. So that makes those two unique in that respect. Right, so I'm just going to delete that one. Field ID of 0 means that you can't activate or deactivate this. I could be completely wrong there, actually. I haven't tested that, so ignore what I've just said. Right, so we're going to turn this trigger into a teleport. So we have our trigger. So we need to tell this trigger that when we walk into it, we're going to be teleported. But we haven't yet decided where we're going to teleport to. So again, in the interactive tab, you will find a teleport point. So we'll spawn one of those. And what I want to happen is every time you walk into that trigger, you get teleported straight back in front of it. Right, one thing to note, guys, you can make these visible or invisible, and I would strongly advise, for the purposes of testing, you make these visible, because when we test it and we spawn over here, I won't be able to find it. So I'll be running around like an idiot looking for an invisible trigger. So we'll keep that checkbox visible, or we can also change the colors on these as well. We have the RGB sliders, so you can create some cool effects with those actually. But again, we won't need that. Don't worry about that just yet. Which one do I want down? There we go. That's quite fetching. Yeah, we go for that one. Right, so this teleport, you can have them silent or audible. So if it's audible, it makes a hell of a racket. There's not too many maps that actually have the sound on these because they are extremely irritating. It would be nice to be able to lower the teleport sound or at least have it louder the closer you are to the teleport, rather than either sort of like an on and off, all or nothing. But maybe further down the line they'd always tweak in the advanced editor, so it's one we can hope for. So, creating the event for the teleport. We will add an event and you'll see it comes up as kill enemy. So when you add an event, it will always come up as kill enemy. Just click on that. We can call this what we want. So in this instance, I will call it a basic. Let's spell it right first. Basic teleport. There we go. And we need to work out how we're going to make this happen. So we need to find out the trigger. What's going to tell us to teleport? And we already know it's this thing here. It's when we walk into this. This is what we want. We want to walk into this and get teleported back to here. Okay. So our trigger will be, as this is called a trigger, it's a trigger function. So we'll find one here that says trigger function there. Once that's been triggered, the triggering player, that will be the one that walks through it. I mean, I can select a random player, I can select everybody, but in this instance, I only want the person walking into the trigger to teleport. So I will select the triggering player. And the action, what I want to happen. Now, there's a multitude of things that can happen here. We can add the score. 1, 2, 3, 4, as easy as that. Okay. We can spawn loot. So you can use this for like a secret weapons cache. So you can literally walk into it and you can have loot drop right in front of you. It'll actually be in the center of the trigger. There's plenty. Just have a little play around with those. But in this instance, we want to teleport the player. So we're going to go all the way down to the bottom where it says teleport player. And that is that. So that is a basic teleport. So we walk into this and we teleport there. This trigger does not yet know what to do. We've created an event to say that when we hit that teleport, we teleport here. But we haven't told the trigger what it needs to do when we hit it. So we'll select the trigger and we'll go to our edit tab. And remember that enter function. Now you will find basic teleport. So that's the event that we just created here. So now when we walk into this, we will get teleported to that point. It's not happening at the moment, guys, because we are still in the builder. So I would need to test the game to verify that. So we'll do that just now. Let me just move that out of the way and we will test that game. Take those bots off because they can be irritating. Let's hope we can find it. I think I remember where it was. So again, it's much easier, guys, if you draw a box around the triggers because they only become visible when you're within a certain distance of them. So if you create a box around it, you'll be able to see it. But I know where I place it, so I was able to find it straight away. So what you'll see now, when we walk into this trigger, that should teleport us back to around there. There we go. No matter how many times I walk into this, let's go into it backwards. There we go. It's going to teleport me back every single time. Okay, so that is your basic teleport. And in a moment, I will show you how to determine which teleport sends you where. Right, I hope you enjoyed that and it made sense to you. Feel free to drop a comment, any feedback, and I can make the necessary adjustments for you guys just to make it easier. Peace out.